I want to show you this visual roadmap, and it will look like this. And once you understand this, you'll never need to use another recipe. And you can adapt this approach to cooking to any other styles of cooking, ethnic dishes, Greek, Italian, whatever. So there's basically 5 key points to a successful stir fry. And the first point is that vegetables and meat are stir-fried separately because they don't cook at the same rate. The second point is I always fry my vegetables first because it doesn't stick to the wok like meat does. You want to have the meat bits flavor the sauce, and it's called deglazing. Okay? The third point is that vegetables and meat share the same stir-fry process, which is always heat the wok hot, add oil, add garlic and ginger. All right? The fourth point is that the difference between frying vegetables and meat, when you fry your vegetables, you want to fry them toss them around very quickly so they all get coated with some oil. But when you do the meat, you want to let it sear on one side first so that it has a lovely crispy texture on the outside and the inside is succulent. So you let it sear on one side before you actually start moving it around. Okay, very important. And then the last key point is that there are really only 2 stir-fry paths with 1 variation in each path. And the first path, I call it the vegetables only path. And the only variation in that path is whether you like just seasoning or whether you like sauce. Okay, so here's how it goes. You're going to fry your vegetables first, plate it, then you're going to make your sauce, and then you recombine it all in the wok. So that's your first path. So the second path is, I call it my vegetables and meat path, and the only variation in that path is if you have something very flaky, like tilapia, which when you fry it, it will fall apart. So I'm going to cook it in sauce. And cooking it in sauce will also show you how versatile the wok can be. So when I say vegetables and meat part, I mean any kind of protein. So any beef, chicken, pork, poultry, seafood, the same thing, including tofu. All right? So you're going to cook your vegetables, plate it, then you're going to do your meat, add it to your plate of vegetables, and then you're going to do your sauce, and you combine it all back in the wok. And that's how you do it. So if you do all these steps separately, you will be guaranteed you'll be successful every time. When we do the tilapia, do you remember I said that if you try to fry it, it tends to break apart? So what we're going to do is we're going to fry the vegetables and plate it. Then we're going to do the fish in the sauce, and we're actually going to just combine it on the plate. So all this can be a little bit overwhelming at the beginning, but the 2 dishes I'm going to show you today will illustrate one of these paths so that it will become very clear at the end what these 2 paths mean.